Hello and welcome to another episode of our Planet Zoo franchise series and Neuropa City Zoo. It is a bit of a rainy and gloomy November day, both here in the Pacific Northwest and in our zoo. Just taking a quick look here at some of our new exhibit animals from last session. Looks like they are doing very well. This nice gloomy day is actually showing. I guess it might be getting a little late as well, but I really wanted this building inside to be a little bit darker, and that is because I want to really light this up, and this is a good example of kind of, I don't know, the sort of ambiance that I want to see in here, although it does need to be a little bit more lit up. I do want these guys to have, it's supposed to be a little bit darker usually in these reptile houses, and I like that look going for it. But yeah, I just wanted to take a look around. I actually think we may have gotten some bad news. I thought I remembered seeing it. Yeah, so our Siberian tiger male has passed away. They might have already took him by now while I was kind of doing some screenshots and stuff. But unfortunately, we now only have our female Siberian tiger left. Let's take a look. Yeah, so she is elderly, so she's not going to last much longer either. I'm thinking, obviously she's not going to be happy with only having her being the only, oh no, she's okay with the adult population only being her. Okay, so sure. So why don't we just let her age out as well, and we will let our cubs age up, and I think we're going to have to do a little bit of management with all of the big cats that we have in our trade center today as well. Okay, so let's first take a look at who we have for Bengals. We're gonna ignore our adults, so these two, but we have 2 juveniles and 1 young adult who we have already put into the trade center. So let's just take a look at all of their stats. Okay, yeah, I guess we have to go into here. So his stats are not great. Let's take a look at the 2 that we actually have in the zoo. Oh, hers are actually, that's not bad at all. How about her sister's? Ooh, okay, so she's the one we're keeping. So essentially what I want to do is I want to go through, and if we have another litter of cubs in, for any of our big cats, then obviously we'll take another look. But essentially I want to keep the genetically best cub out of all of our big cats and get them a new mate once they're old enough and our current breeders have passed away, and put the others up for trade. So we know that this guy's gonna go up for trade, and she will go up for trade when she's old enough as well. Now let's take a look down at our jaguars. So we are going to, there we go. So we're not going to look at our adults, but we do have a lot of jaguar cubs to look at. Let's take a look at the 2 that are in the habitat first. Kind of similar. They just have, both of them, their longevity is a little bit down. Let's take a look at the ones we have in the trade center. Okay, so we do have a gold in the trade center. It's kind of a comparison of these 2. I mean, her stats aren't that much better, but I mean, that gold rating is kind of nice. What else do we have? We have, he's just a little bit worse, and he also has that opposite. His longevity is down, but his size is up. So maybe we'll keep her, and we'll focus on getting her a mate who is a little bit bigger, maybe? We'll see. Okay, so there are our jaguar. And last but not least, we'll take a look at our Siberian tigers. So we have these 2 still in the habitat. A gold male, mediocre longevity, and he's also gold. Okay, and his is, just the size reversed again. Let's take a look at the few that we have in the trade center. Yeah, so our youngest 2 are definitely still the best ones, it looks like. So let's just put all these guys up for trade. And let's take another look. So we can either have decent size, fairly low longevity, or we can do good longevity, smaller size. I think I'm gonna go for the smaller sizes just because the longer they live, the more they're going to breed, and I think that's important. So Sergei is going to be the one that we keep, and your brother is going to be the one that we trade off. So the next step is to take a look at what the running price is for everybody that we're going to be trading. So we have one Bengal who is, I mean, maybe around where these guys are. No, way better than this. Okay, wait. But not quite up to the silver standard. Yeah, maybe a little bit lower than that as well. It looks like we might be able to hit around the 500 mark. Yeah, I would say that we are getting to be comparable to this guy. Or this one, right? Like 0 fertility. We have higher than that. Yeah, I think our stats are very similar to this. So why don't we go for 400 for our Bengal? What actually suggests 429. Maybe I shouldn't undercut it. Maybe I'll just trade it at... No, let's do 400. It's fine. We'll do market price. And we have a silver jaguar and a bronze jaguar, so let's take a look. So we're looking at, again, around that 400 to 500 mark for bronze jaguars, and there's no silver on this page. Let's keep looking. Oh, there are no silver jaguars, so it goes from, yeah, we'll do like somewhere around maybe 500 for our bronze jaguar, and then gold ones go up to 800-ish. So maybe we'll do 500 and 700, give that a try. So we'll try 500 for our bronze and 700 for our silver. And then last but not least, we'll take a look at our Siberian tigers. So we have one who does not have a metal, we have a silver, and we have a bronze. So let's just take a look at the market there. And there's lots of good ones on the market. So no metal here. We've got 400, 300, bronze 700, 400, 400. I haven't seen any silvers yet. Okay, there's no silvers on the market. So it looks like we're selling for at least 1,000 for gold, somewhere around 1,000 for gold. Somewhere around the 600 mark for silver, or sorry, for bronze. So let's go with 600 for bronze and 800 for silver and see how that goes. And then we'll put, her stats really aren't that bad at all. Let's try 600 as well. There we go. So we will see if we can get any trades going today, and if we do get some trades going today, that will help with our next habitat animals, which are going to be our bears. We're going to do a grizzly bear and a formosan black bear in this area here. So I think that's the big task that I'm going to try to tackle today, is just getting those habitats set up. There are going to be a couple more habitats in this area, but I want to set up these two first, and then once we have those two habitats there, we can kind of see how busy this area gets and finish off decorating this area after that. So that might even be in the next episode. We might do some more decorating focused building in the next episode. And it actually looks like bears are quite a bit cheaper than I thought they were gonna be. So, I mean, at least the black bears. So, like, I don't know. I want to take a look actually at how long they live first. 31 years. Okay, so that's not bad at all. Let's go back. And yeah, it looks like we can get some pretty decent black bears. This one's only 4.8 years old, so that's not too bad. And there's a male who's the same. Why don't we get these two? I think that seems like a pretty good start. I did not check if they were from the same place. They are not. Thank goodness. And then, actually, I also want to check their... Yeah, 1 to 2, 1 male, 1 female, perfect. And then let's take a look for the grizzlies as well. Let's just get rid of the black bear from our search. Okay, there's less grizzlies on the market, but that's not too bad. This guy's actually not too bad. His longevity's a little bit low, but he's also only 6 years old. Let's take a look. Okay, so they live to... Yeah, they're sterile until about... they get sterile at about 25 years. So yeah, 26. till death, and also only 2 of those bears as well. So maybe, I don't know, should we wait for something better? Or should we just go for this guy and then, let's refresh it. Yeah, okay, maybe we should go for this one, and then we'll wait on getting a female. Yeah, that's not too bad. We can't be too picky on our very first grizzly bears. But yeah, I think the next thing to do from here is just to click play for a little bit, let the sun come out. Wow, look at all of it. I love how much, I knew we were going to get quite the crowds in here. I'm glad this is working out. But yeah, click play for a bit, let the sun come out, and then put together the 2 habitats for our bears. So before starting here, you can probably see I did put a little outline into place. This area is going to have 4 habitats total, and this pathway is going to go right down the middle, over top of the barrier, so that our guests can get an awesome view of our animals. And just on the very end there, I think I'm going to do another little cafeteria thing. I'm not totally sure what that's going to look like yet, but that's kind of the idea. But this area in general is meant to be our North American area. I know that the formosan are from Asia, but we do have other species of black bear here, so I think it works out fine. I think it still fits the theme really well. And I decided to give these guys a shared river that they can swim in, since bears do tend to live near lakes and rivers in the wild. Attaching them here also means that we only have to treat 1 body of water in this area, which I always try to do because I always forget to put down those water purification things. And then my habitats get gross, and I'm like, why isn't the keeper cleaning the habitat? And it's not the keeper not cleaning the habitat, it's the water not being cleaned. So this way we can just have 1 that touches any part of this little river here, and all 3 habitats will be covered. So these habitats themselves, they're not particularly large, so I am sticking with just kind of giving them each 1 main feature, and that is going to be a cave for the formosan and a log cabin for the grizzlies. Building this log cabin actually does take up most of the time in this time lapse. I don't know, I think it's cute though, and although it does need a few adjustments in the end for the bears to be able to use it, I'm really happy with how it turns out. I tried to keep a fairly traditional look to it, while also not making it stick out too much from the very modern style that we have been going for so far. These habitats in general are going to be a bit more wild and rustic than the previous gardens we have made, and I think that suits the animals really well. But there is still quite a bit of time left in this time lapse, so I thought while we watch the rest of the time lapse, it would be a good time to go over some general plans for the zoo and kind of my thoughts on it so far. I do like where we're headed, and I do like what we've completed so far. I would say that after moving into this area and just generally getting a little bit better with my building, I wouldn't mind revisiting Flamingo Falls at some point to spruce up the building in that area a little bit. But I'm not super motivated to do that anytime soon. We definitely do need a session for just adding in lighting and signs and other little finishing touches all over the place. And now that it's almost December, I think it would be super fun to decorate this place for Christmas. So that might actually be our main goal for the next video. But overall, I do have Neuropa City Zoo pretty planned out to completion. It's not going to be huge, but we do have about 11 more animals that I want to introduce. So we're looking at least 10 more videos or so before the zoo is complete. And as for the channel overall, I'm really enjoying making these videos so far. It's keeping me motivated to build this zoo, and that was the original goal. In the new year, I am planning on starting a Minecraft Let's Play and adding that to the channel alongside of our Planet Zoo, because I am itching to get back into it. But if there happens to be anything else that you would like to see here, please let me know. But I think that's enough rambling for one day. So enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and we will touch base again once we introduce our bears to their new habitat. All right, and here we are. So I made a couple of adjustments off camera after putting the bears into their habitats because, of course, you know, they needed a little bit of adjustment with their terrain and their walking areas and stuff, but it wasn't too bad. I also did make the porch on our cabin here a little bit bigger just because they weren't able to walk around here before, and I'm super excited now. Hopefully they will make their way up here. I did put there's a herb scent marker here, so I'm hoping I can get some really cool shots of them hanging out outside of their cabin. But yeah, we'll take a look at the formosan over here as well. Ah yes, she is sleeping in her food bowl here. That is so cute. But yeah, there's our formosan. Where is your mate? I think she's also, she's pregnant, which is great. Where are Zarflin? Oh, here he is. Yeah, it's so cool. I like how you can see where they are sleeping in here. Just chilling here. I do need to get some more enrichment for all of these guys. The research is ongoing for that. I also did, obviously they cannot get in here. I think I need to do a little bit more work on this cave for them, just because there was not really a lot of space for them to get in here. I think they can get into this area now, but they don't really choose to. They have a nice other sleeping area anyway. But when they have babies, maybe the babies will have a little bit more room to wander around. We also did manage to make a bunch of really high-ticket trades, which is awesome. Our conservation credits are right back up. Since purchasing our female grizzly, we got rid of a couple of our jaguar that we didn't need to keep anymore. Bengal, another 500 conservation credit flamingo, which is insane. And then a Siberian tiger as well. And I actually think that, one of our tigers has matured as well, so we better pause and get them out of there before they get into fighting. Oh, I thought I paused. Did I not? Can I not pause? There we go. Let's take a look. So we go into here. All right. So so essentially what it looks like here, we are looking at our Siberian tigers, and both of our adult Siberian tigers have actually passed away. So we have Sergey here, which is one of the cubs, and his sister, I believe, or maybe it was his brother. Where's the other one? Here he is. So the two of them are, they're both ready to, I think we need to figure it out. So essentially what I want to do is I want to take a look at, so we already looked at them. So Sergey is our genetically best tiger that we got, I believe. Is that true? Right, I think I had decided the longevity was more important than size for now. So we're going to put Kolya into the trade center, and we will trade him off. And we are also going to find a new mate for Sergey. I think we are going to look for a gold genetic rank because we have the conservation credits for them now. And that'll get us. Ooh, should we? What's the highest appeal? Okay. So we've got 67, 75, 167, or 67, 83, 83, 67. And our male was low on longevity, so I'm thinking maybe we go with... maybe she's good, but that's quite a bit more. I'm thinking we just go here, right? She looks overall pretty good, and the cost is not too expensive either. Alright, so we sent our new Siberian tiger to the trade center, and honestly, I think that's probably good enough for this episode. We did quite a bit this session. We got 2 new animals, or 2 new bears, which is awesome. But anyway, I think I mentioned it in the time lapse as well, but the next session is probably going to be a session of just decorating the zoo for Christmas, which I am super excited about. I'm excited to get some really cool lights in and some of the other Christmassy decorations in the game. I may go into the workshop and get a couple of decorations as well. I'm not really sure. I need to take a look at what's available. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, leave me any suggestions, questions, comments you have in the comment section below, and I will talk to you in the next episode.